Hey there, fellow travelers. Welcome back to the City Guru, where we give you the best tips for exploring cities worldwide, all while sticking to your budget. Here's a question. Did you know that trying to leave a tip in a Japanese restaurant could actually offend your server? Or that eating while walking down the street could get you some serious side-eye from locals? In today's video, we're uncovering 8 weird but important dining mistakes that tourists often make in Japan. From surprising etiquette rules to secret charges that can sneak up on you, we're giving you all the info you need to avoid some awkward situations. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So grab a seat, don't worry, no shoe removal necessary here, and let's dive into how to eat out in Japan like a pro. First up, let's talk about tipping. In Japan, tipping is pretty much unheard of. Seriously, don't do it. Unlike many other countries where leaving a tip is customary and appreciated, tipping in Japan can make for an awkward or uncomfortable experience. If you try to leave extra money for your server, they may politely refuse or even return the money to you. The service industry in Japan values providing top-notch customer service without expecting anything in return. However, you might notice that some upscale restaurants include a service charge, usually around 10 to 15% on your bill. That's as close as Japan gets to tipping. In all other cases, just pay the exact amount and say, "Arigato gozaimasu," thank you very much. Have you ever been in a situation where tipping caused confusion while traveling? Drop your story in the comments below, and let's share a laugh. And don't forget to like this video if you found that tip helpful. Now, this one surprises a lot of people. In Japan, many restaurants, especially traditional ones like izakayas, require you to take off your shoes before entering. You'll usually find a shoe cubby or locker at the entrance where you can store your shoes. Some places have staff who will store your shoes for you, while others require you to place them in a locker and hang on to the key. Before you walk into any dining establishment, take a quick look around to see if there are any signs or lockers. It's all part of Japan's commitment to cleanliness, and once you get used to it, walking barefoot or in socks on soft tatami mats is actually pretty enjoyable. Just be sure you have clean socks with no holes. This one really threw me off when I first visited Japan. If you're dining out with friends, don't expect all your meals to come out at the same time. Japanese restaurants serve food as soon as it's ready, not in a coordinated sequence. If someone in your group orders a quick dish, like sushi or a light soup, they'll get theirs first. Meanwhile, if you order something like tempura or grilled fish, you might be waiting for a while. It's all about serving food at its freshest and best quality. So if you find yourself still waiting for your meal while your friends are already eating, don't worry. It's not bad service, it's just how things are done here. And hey, think of it as a chance to make your dining experience more authentic and savor each dish. Here's something that catches a lot of tourists off guard. Otoshi. When you sit down at an izakaya and order alcohol, you'll likely receive a small appetizer called otoshi. You might think this is a complimentary snack, but surprise, it isn't. It's a seating charge, and you'll be billed around 400 to 700 yen, about $3 to $6 for it. But don't be annoyed. Otoshi is part of Japanese dining tradition. These appetizers, which can range from pickled vegetables to savory potato salad or grilled fish, are a nice way to tide you over while you wait for your main dishes. Plus, it's a way for restaurants to offset costs since tipping isn't a thing. Quick tip. Always assume there will be a charge for otoshi. And if you have dietary restrictions, politely let your server know when you sit down. In Japan, finishing your meal isn't just polite, it's expected. Leaving food on your plate can come across as wasteful and disrespectful, tying back to the Japanese cultural concept of mottainai, which expresses regret over waste. So when you're ordering, make sure you can actually finish everything. And if you have dietary restrictions or allergies, it's best to communicate them clearly to your server. A simple phrase to remember is, "Watashi wa food araruji desu," which means, "I'm allergic to that food." It's a good way to show respect and avoid any uncomfortable situations. Remember, Japanese portion sizes are generally smaller, so it shouldn't be too hard to clear your plate. You might be tempted to try some fast food while you're in Japan, and you definitely should, but don't expect American-style portions. Fast food items like drinks and fries are often smaller, but what's really cool is the creative menu options you'll find. McDonald's in Japan offers things like teriyaki burgers, shrimp fillet burgers, chocolate drizzled fries, and seasonal flavors like matcha or sakura, cherry blossom. While the portions may be smaller, the flavor experiences are totally unique and worth trying. Who wouldn't want to brag about eating a shrimp burger or sipping a matcha McFlurry to friends back home? Which unique Japanese fast food item are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments. I think you know Buffett's. Think again. In Japan, tabehudai is the way to go if you want an all-you-can-eat experience. But don't think of it as a standard buffet. With tabehudai, you pay a set price and order as much food as you want within a specific time frame, usually 90 to 120 minutes. Some places even offer nomihudai, all-you-can-drink deals. Instead of grabbing food from a large spread, most tabehudai places let you order items directly to your table. You can even find themed restaurants like meat grilling spots where you cook your own food or sushi joints with endless options. Just be mindful not to waste any food, or you might get charged extra. Feeling hungry yet? Ask "Tabehudai ga arimasu ka?" to see if an all-you-can-eat option is available. Finally, let's talk about eating on the go. This one might be tough to remember if you're used to grabbing a quick snack and munching as you walk. But in Japan, eating while walking is considered rude. This is especially true near shrines and temples. Japanese streets are famously clean, and locals prefer to keep them that way. If everyone ate on the go, there'd be more litter, and that's just not how things are done here. The exceptions? It's okay to eat at designated areas, like public benches, near vending machines, or at food stalls during festivals. Otherwise, try to enjoy your food where you bought it or find a spot where it's acceptable to sit down. Now you're all set to dine like a pro in Japan. Just remember, no one expects you to get everything perfect right away. Japanese people are generally understanding of tourists. So if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the City Guru for more travel tips and insights. Have you experienced any of these customs firsthand? Or do you have any dining tips for Japan? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy travels.